The UFC is the #1 force in combat sports, and as the old saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility. So where were they when their middleweight menace Sean Strickland was spouting homophobic nonsense like this?
I mean, what was it like, 2-0 against Izzy? What was it, 2-0?
Did you watch the whole fight?
No, I don't watch
Exactly, do your job next time.
Oh man, I made the champion mad with his frosted tips and his gay little watch. Oh no!
The biggest names in combat have always been the ones who can sell a fight. In the good old days, the best way to do that was to beat your opponents senseless. That all changed with Muhammad Ali. Following in the footsteps of professional wrestling villains, the Louisville Lep put bums on seats by picking fights before the fights. And he was brilliant at it.
Let's get it on. Want to go now? I want you now. The crowd ain't big enough yet. Rock House was so scared, he couldn't even walk. Man, I ain't scared. I come to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning looking for you. I ain't scared of nobody. It's gonna be a horse. It's gonna take a good man to whoop me. You can look at me, I'm loaded with confidence. I can't beat me. I had 180 amateur fights, 22 professional fights, and I'm pretty as a girl. I don't get hit. I don't get hit, I'm so pretty.
After Ali, all the biggest names in combat attempted to emulate the greatest, albeit in their own particular way.
I was just giggling at his little soft body. I've never seen a skinny guy. How can a fat guy be so skinny at the same time? It amuses me, but.
Now, if you want to step to the plate, get on up here and tell people what you're gonna do. Hi, my name is Oscar De La Hoya. I'm gonna do this. You ain't gonna do shit.
He's called Frillian White Knickers. Okay? It's not Dillian White, it's Frillian White Knickers, because he's as soft as what it says in the title.
The problem is, not everyone gets it right. Heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs, for example. Just like Ali before the Sonny Liston fight, Shannon the Cannon stalked potential opponents in an attempt to get title fights. Except Briggs had none of Ali's finesse, as seen here when trying to get a fight with the Hall of Famer, Vladimir Klitschko.
That's all right. That's all right, Jay.
We don't want you to get kicked out of the gym, okay? So let's behave. As right now, I know, there's a lot of guys, and respect all of them, and, media. And
hey, yo, anybody from Brooklyn, if you watching right now,
I understand.
Just for one thing, this is the real champ right here. You see it face to face, look at him. Look at him, y'all. Look, hey, don't do that, champ. Don't do that, champ. Hey, don't do that, champ. For real, don't do that, champ. Hey, don't do that. Hands don't do that. Hands off. Don't do that. Hands don't you ever touch me like that. Hands don't you ever touch me like that. Don't you ever touch my face. For real.
I didn't touch you.
Don't you ever do some shit like that.
I'm good.
Don't you ever do some shit like that.
My hands are longer anyway.
So what?
It's a fine line to tread, and the pre-fight sales game can quickly become very ugly. A relatively harmless war of words can quickly descend into a farce, like when the UFC champ Conor McGregor ended up throwing water bottles at his nemesis Nate Diaz. Even more embarrassing, a pre-fight press conference can end up with someone like perennial heavyweight heel Derek Chisora throwing an entire table. The thing is, though, incidents like these are almost expected in the fight game. You expect things to get heated when two individuals are about to put their lives on the line. Speaking of, it's not uncommon for fighters, like boxing prodigy Prince Nassim, for example, to threaten an opponent with death.
That means you might not even be going back to America. You might not even get home. It ain't gonna be a long trip. You won't get home. You'll be in the graveyard.
This sort of over-the-top bravado happens a lot, and tragically, people have died in the ring. It's understandable then that some fighters, like UFC fan favorite Dustin Poirier, can take offense to a megastar like Conor McGregor not questioning his wife's fidelity, but threatening his life.
He was saying that he was gonna kill me. You don't say stuff like that. That he was gonna murder me. You don't say stuff like that, You don't say stuff about people's wives either, but I know that's I know that's zero chance. But there is a chance, somebody could die, and you don't say that. You don't wish that on anybody.
These sorts of pre-fight flare-ups can be embarrassing at worst and lucrative at best. But occasionally, along comes a fighter who takes things too far. For a time, the heavyweight phenom Mike Tyson was a fairly gentle, if not frightening figure at a pre-fight presser. That all changed after his mentor died. He started biting chunks out of ears, and he went to jail. By the time he was scheduled for a face-to-face promo with the undisputed heavyweight champ Lennox Lewis, he was unhinged. He came in swinging, started a huge brawl, bit some more people, and if all that was unacceptable, he went big. Tyson went too far. Everyone knew it, but he was only punished for starting the fight. The homophobic obscenities were brushed under the carpet, and there was no one there to do anything about it. For Strickland, that shouldn't be the case, because there is clearly someone who should punish his actions.
What's up, GOP? Good evening, everyone. My name is Dana White. I am the president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
UFC President Dana White. But Uncle Dana did nothing. And it doesn't make sense, considering some of the champions on his roster, and one in particular, Amanda Nunes, who White himself has called the GOAT, and a potential frontrunner for the mantle of greatest of all time, regardless of gender, is openly gay. How does he think the Lioness feels about a contender like Strickland making waves of her identity? So why wouldn't White and the UFC publicly step in? The reason is most likely that White has for a long time refused to let politics enter into the machinations of the UFC. That's why Russian fighters weren't banned from competition when Vladimir Putin decided to invade Ukraine. That's why he lets Colby Covington spout his hate-fueled right-wing rhetoric to sell a fight. But using politics as an excuse to stay quiet seems a bit rich, when in 2016, White himself showed up at a pro-Trump rally to help get his friend into the White House. Strickland can think what he likes, but to spout homophobic slander without repercussion makes the UFC culpable, and that is unacceptable. It's 2022, people. Time to wake up.
Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.